So after moving from Wauchula Hills, we moved into an apartment in Wauchula, and it was very nice. And there was another family moved in to an apartment next to us, and he was the pastor who organized the Church of the Nazarene in Wauchula. And he was opening up a church. It was just in a storefront, and he invited us to go to church. So my two sisters and myself, we went to church the second Sunday that he was open, and we started going to the Nazarene church. And then there was eventually a church built on the corner of Palmetto Street. And
in Florida Avenue. So where were you meeting originally before the church was built? Do you remember?
It was just a storefront.
Okay. And so you've been Nazarene all of your life since? And you're very committed to the Nazarene Church in in Okeechobee, which is interesting to me because had Grandma not had that one belief, that one conversation, it would have been different. What happened at the Methodist Church, or as y'all were walking by that day when she told you y'all wouldn't be welcome there, what was it that you think Grandma believed?
I think maybe she was self-conscious, and maybe she had observed or overheard a conversation. I'm not sure.
Probably even before moving to Wauchula.
Sure.
Because she didn't go to church much in Albertville either. And why do you think someone who had such faith in God and who loved God, why do you think she found it hard to go to church?
Oh, I think because she had been raised in the country, and to us, Wauchula was a different life. It was a city life, completely different. So she just didn't feel comfortable thinking of going into a big church with people who maybe dressed better than she or us.
Or maybe better educated. Because Grandma had to quit school in 3rd grade when her dad passed away suddenly, if I remember the story right. So she wasn't able to finish any type of education.
Right. So my dad didn't have any education, so my mother had to teach him how to write his name. So he never did learn to write his full name, which was John Burnett, so he would just initial J.B. Bell, and that's how he was known as J.B.
So where are your parents buried?
My parents are buried in Wauchula. My dad passed away when he was 51 because of drinking and smoking all of his life. And he had strokes. My mother had to take care of him. So he was buried in Wauchula. And he made my mother promise that she would be buried in Wauchula. So even though she moved to Albertville and stayed with my older sister for a while and then had to go to the nursing home, she still wanted to fulfill her commitment to her husband, and she was brought back to Wauchula and buried in the Wauchula City Cemetery.